Ricky Tiki.
Ta 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 ta.
Part 2.
Oh, he's got the drip. He's got the drip. Everybody gets a squirter once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yo,
I've been
this
getting
is
them recently.
tasting like too much coffee.
Home sweet home.
It's cool though. I love coffee though.
Oh, I'm over here.
Everyone,
Oh,
welcome to the 4099 podcast with your hosts, Dima
and I'm Nick.
and what are we drinking on today now that we made such a ruckus?
So I'm back over here with our good friends Triple C Brewing down in Charlotte, smacking that bourbon barrel aged up all night breakfast porter around. It's a Bad Daddy with 10% alcohol by volume.
Bad Daddy.
And yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
And then we're back over here with Part Tucci, the zombie.
Part Tucci.
Woochie. What are you drinking on, bud?
Yo, I'm drinking on this Home Sweet Home Imperial Stout.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Imperial Stout, shout out to them.
If we've got
I don't
any,
know where they based at, but
they're out of, I think it's Farmville, North Carolina. Yeah, Farmville, North
oh
Carolina.
yeah, Farmville, NC. What's
Yeah.
up? Shout out to North Carolina, man.
Anybody
This is
ever?
the home of beer, though. Is it?
What, North Carolina?
Yeah, don't they make, or is this
They
cigarettes?
make a lot. Nah, cigarettes. We're
Yeah,
famous for the
we're
cigs.
more of a tobacco industry.
Tobaccoville, yep.
Now we do have a lot of microbreweries. You can't undersell that. Like,
I know Red Oak is here.
oh no, we got Red Oak, Natty Greens.
Yeah.
We just got the Odin.
Yep.
There's talk of some cider spot coming up soon.
Speaking of cider,
That's what that is?
this is what this is. And today I'm drinking on Edge of the Continent Cider's very own semi-dry cider. And this is a revisit for me. Once again.
Tell me that thing doesn't taste exactly like cider vinegar, like red cider
It
vinegar.
does. It literally does. That's
Like-
what I was going to mention.
Let Tucci try that.
It's a cider vinegar.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it has a gnarly
You can
taste
cook
to
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pour
And
that
by
in.
the way, today we're cooking and talking about music, and this is part 2. And for anyone,
Today we're cooking the zombie.
Yeah, we're cooking the zombie, and if anyone that's watching this, that has not seen part 1, this is our friend Tucci.
Yep, you already know.
zombie.
Tucci the Zombie. Fame Life, SBM.
Yeah, Greensboro artist, I'd say,
Yeah.
beat maker,
Greensboro influencer.
influencer.
Beat maker, producer.
So many other titles.
Graphic designer.
Yep.
Gunman.
Okay. All right. I would definitely switch that last part. I wouldn't say gunman. I'd say a lover and an enthusiast.
Yeah,
of
man.
guns.
Father.
You know,
really, man.
Fun man.
Good brother and family, man. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. And in part 2, we kind of wanted to pick your brain.
Gunman.
Gunman. Nah, I mean, that's not my label.
If you're trying to hire somebody,
Be the assassin. 1-800.
Oh my God.
No, go ahead.
Tucci the zombie.
1-800 zombie the shooter.
All right. On a serious note, thank our beautiful viewership and our listeners for coming out. Please, if you have any comments, and if you end up liking this video
or questions, or comments, or concerns.
comments or anything, just let us know.
Even with the live.
Yeah, and with live, we're also on live today, folks.
Anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, anything you want to do, anything you want us to do.
Let us know. Let us know. We'd love to hear it. So with part 2, we kind of wanted to focus Tucci on your, like, when your music, when you started getting really serious about music, when you started like really
SBM.
like SBM.
Serious about music.
Yeah.
When I really started getting serious. Man, I don't know. I remember I was in high school though. When I started taking it really serious. I think soon as I stopped writing other people raps out and reciting them on another beat.
Yeah.
I think when I started writing my own music and wanted to start doing my own shit, that's when I started taking it serious. But at that time, I wasn't looking for nothing, no financial thing, no financial income from it. Yeah, nothing. It was just all for like myself, and it was all for fun. And I just wanted to release it. I wasn't thinking about nobody else at that time. I just wanted to do music for me and put it out there.
So you were just hyped.
Yeah.
You were like personally hyped on music.
Yeah,
so like
really, that's really
this was a passion.
Yeah, it still is a passion, but that's where it's all started in. When I first started in high school, in my room, had a computer.
Now was like social media a part of it?
Yeah.
Like how were you releasing the music? Were you releasing the music at all?
Yeah, I was. I think back then, what was I releasing? Bandcamp.
Oh shit!
Bandcamp.
I remember Bandcamp.
Yeah, it was called Bandcamp. I was releasing my music at first on Bandcamp, cause I think they had just started getting big or something back then, and I was on there releasing my music and SoundClick. All the producers was there. That's where and back then I was making beats, but I wasn't rapping on beats, on my beats. I was rapping off SoundClick beats. And one of the producers that I always used to fuck with was Johnny Giuliano. Y'all remember?
Yeah, Jolly Giuliano.
Giuliano.
Yeah.
.com. That dude right there, bro, he was like someone I looked up to.
Why? Like, you gotta tell me that, because I don't know anything about this. John Giuliano?
Johnny Giuliano, I don't know what he do now, but he was actually to come up. It was him and Wiz Khalifa.
Oh shit!
He was Wiz producer before Wiz was even big.
Oh wow!
Wiz and it was Cardo. It's a dude named Cardo on the beat.
Cardo got wings.
Yeah, Cardo got wings.
Yep.
It was Johnny Giuliano and Cardo got wings. I was a Wiz Khalifa fan, so I was hearing those tags in his songs, like Johnny Giuliano and that Cardo got wings tag. And they had a SoundClick, so I used to always just go on there and download their little beats that they be having that you can download and rap off their shit. Before I started rapping out my own shit. That's where I started.
Was like, cause I know like I'm super fascinated by music, but I'm also super fascinated when we're speaking about artists. I'm super fascinated. If I am like really, really into an artist, I end up looking at an interview that they do or something like that. Were you looking at other artists' interviews, or were you looking at anything else in the industry?
See, yeah, when I first started, it was Wiz, bro. Wiz Khalifa, Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy, Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, Currency.
Yeah.
When I first started, that was the wave that I was on, and creating music. But after a while, it started getting to like Gucci Mane. That's when I fell in love. Gucci Mane. See, at first I wasn't making trap music. I was making shit like Wiz Khalifa and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then I got introduced to Gucci Mane, and I immediately fell in love with the beats he was getting on.
Right.
And
it was very hard trap. Like,
yeah, it was Zaytoven.
Yeah.
To this day, that's my number one producer. That's who I like now, and it's because of him. Because of Zaytoven, I got the love of trap music. Just the way how he delivered, how he came in the game with those type of melodies, piano melodies over like simple boom bap trap beats. It was just so it was just so dope to me. Then that's when I kind of moved off that commercial Wiz Currency type stuff to hardcore trap shit. And I had a lot to talk about. Back then. Like I said, my brothers, they was in the streets. All I was rapping about was what I was seeing, what I was around. Like I was never the one out there really hands on, but I had people real close to me who was always on that. So I just really rapped about the shit that they was doing, my brothers was doing.
So, where my next question will be, when did you start seeing? Because you were still going to high school at the time, right? Mm-hmm. Like, was there ever a moment where you were releasing your music and you started seeing how that music started, like how other people were viewing that music?
Yeah, it was in high school. I was during high school.
Yeah.
When I first went to high school, freshman, 9th grade. I was big in high school, Northeast. I went to Northeast Guilford High School, and I was like one of the most popular kids there. teachers loved me. Everybody loved me. I was just like one of the number one people. And like when I was a freshman, you know, they used to have freshman beatdown. See, but I ain't gonna even flex. Like it was cause of my brothers though. Like all the seniors knew and heard of my brothers. So when I became a freshman, they like already knew who I was. So nobody messed with me and my brother.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
Nobody really messed with me. Like they used to have freshman beatdown in the locker room, and all the seniors getting ready to beat up all the freshmen, and I'm in there, but the seniors like, yo, just don't touch him.
Yeah.
Talking to me because they know my brothers in there. They know my brothers. They know they ain't playing with nothing. And it was just like, just don't touch him. So I got shown love. I think that's what made me popular in high school, because the seniors, I sat with the seniors in the lunch.
And were they like listening to your music? Was that something?
Yeah, they was. We used to rap at the lunch tables and stuff. I never was the one freestyling though, but I was the one always trying to make the beats, knocking on the table and stuff. I wish I was. If I could go back, I would have been freestyling on them things. But I wasn't really the one freestyling though. I was the type that would always write out music. Excuse me. Yeah, that's where I first started realizing though that people really like fucking with my music. And it was a big thing though, but not until I linked up with the homies though. That's another story right there.
Yeah, let's get into that. Who are these homies?
Yeah, like
who are the homies? I need to know.
It was like I said, it was SBM. SBM was my clique. That was the clique that I.
These are the football friends.
Yeah, the football friends.
Or the football fam.
Yep. That was my clique, but it was me and Brandon Powers, and my little brother Austin Gita. We was the ones rapping in that group, and I was popular in high school already. So when I was dropping music and posting it, they was already on it, supporting everything I do. So
and this is like your SoundClick. This is like
Bandcamp, SoundClick, posting them. And they was always checking it out. And every time I come to school, they were like, yo, that song's dope. I used to get love shown all
so,
the
like,
time.
are you linking this, like, through, like, your Twitter, or?
At the time, no. It was just going straight. I was just... Matter of fact, yeah, I was. It was like Bebo. I was putting it on Bebo and MySpace. MySpace had a music page, too. And that's what I was on. Uploading my songs on MySpace. Matter of fact, it was MySpace. That's when I first started getting the fans. Putting it on my MySpace, because I had mad friends from school and stuff on my MySpace, and I had a music page. That's where it first started, with everybody that can hear it. They was listening to it.
Did that feedback from people give you even more of a drive to do music, or were you not even looking at it?
Yeah, I wasn't. At that time, I was young. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was still doing it for me. I just thought everybody was being fake for real. I didn't think they really fucked with my music.
So that's how I feel about when Dima talks about me not having a lisp.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't know when. I don't know when though. I really start. Actually, it was a while up until I really started feeling like, damn, I really can do this. Like, people are really fucking with me. It was Devil's Music 2. That wasn't too long ago.
So that's a question for me. Like, with the rap and that whole genre of music, the hip hop genre of music, for you to have that moment of like, maybe this is something I really like belong to. Is it like a response to like a digital media kind of thing, or is it a in-person encounter that like sparks that fire for you?
Hold on, this beer getting to me. I dozed off for a second.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Can you answer?
I'm that down.
Can you ask that again?
All right, so like we're talking about like when you like realize that like people weren't just being nice to you.
When they was really genuinely...
Yeah, like, was it like a live show or something like that would have sparked that for you? Or was it like a steady flow of digital media?
It was like, digital media.
Really?
Responses and DMs.
Okay.
It was Devil's Music too. I really don't recall what year I released it, but that project really brought a lot of attention to me, and I had a lot of people hit me up saying that this project saved me. Like this project, it got me through my struggle. Cause the devil's music, the reason why I call it that, cause it's nothing but just the bad shit that people go through, and it's really depressing. And I guess a lot of people was depressed, like a lot of people who was depressed at that time could feel what I was feeling in those songs. Cause when I recorded them, I was thinking about myself. I was just projecting my feelings onto a track.
But from high school, from the just starting to take really music seriously, the devil's music, there's a big gap.
Yeah,
I want to cover that gap.
Yeah, it is a big gap.
Because we just started talking about SBM, and there was other people mentioned, and I kind of want to cover that.
Yeah.
Who was the other people that kind of got into that you clicked with that got?
See,
into
my homie Preem was the first person. He go by Premier Jones now, but back then he was called M-Town. He was M-Town. He was in a group called KMJ. Him and his brother Smooth. They are still they both are Fame members. But it was Preem. I was watching him. He was someone that I looked at. Premier Jones was someone that I looked at as he was famous already, because he was hanging around Dipset, Cameron and them, and Freaky Zeke and them, and I watched them on YouTube. Do y'all remember a YouTube cipher going on a long time ago?
Well, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, well, when YouTube kind of first started getting popping, they did a YouTube cipher. A lot of upcoming rappers was rapping on YouTube videos off a beat. It was only one beat, and it was a YouTube cipher. And at the end of that beat, they'll pass it on to somebody. They'll say their name and pass it on.
Right.
And my homie Preem, when he was in town back then, he got passed. They asked him to do it. And I was already following him. He was on the show. He was on Oprah show back then. Little dude on Oprah show. I don't know if y'all know, but back then, a long time ago, Diddy was looking for an assistant.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was on Oprah show about that. And Oprah was asking Diddy, like, you got everybody trying to be your assistant, even the young kids. And Preem was he was like 13, like, just talking on the camera, like, I can be your assistant. And they aired that on the Oprah show. And ever since then, I was looking at him like, as like, dang, this dude really out there. Like, he really out there. He in my city. He right here next to me. And I ran into him at the skating ring one time. The skating ring on Pisgah Church. USA skating ring.
Yep.
And I was there. He was skating, had girls all around him with a sidekick. He flipped the sidekick.
Shit.
Yeah, he flipped the sidekick. I'm like,
people probably don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
The old school
sidekick flip phone is flip that joint up. And he had that shit. And I'm like, yo, that's M-Town. I've been seeing it. I had to go talk to him because I do music. I just went up there to show love. I was like, bruh, yo, I really fuck with you, bruh. Your music dope. But he was like, oh yeah, appreciate it. On his sidekick. While girls is on the side, I'm talking to him. He was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, and I just walked away. But we went to the same school too. So after I said something to him at the skating ring, we went back to school and I started talking to him. Ever since then, we clicked up. Yeah. We linked up. Then it was me and Preem at first. JK was there too. JK went to the school, but Preem knew JK at the time. I didn't. So it was because of Preem I met JK the Reaper.
Now what is JK's story, and who is that?
Well, JK actually, man, that's actually my brother, man. I mean, he kind of inspired me too, though. He took it to the way how things worked out. I seen him take it to the next level. He was always a dope. Now, at first, when I first started hearing JK music, I wasn't a big fan of it, but because he was a real like conscious rapper, real hip hop artist, and I was just like trying to be like Gucci Man and on some other stuff, on
some trap shit.
Yeah, on some trap shit. So I wasn't a fan of that, but watching him like grow up and his ways of making music, he became a dope artist. It's a whole nother way. There's no wave that you can explain with JK. He got his own wave, and he blew up from that. Like, he got a lot of big fan base from that wave.
And how did you guys link
up?
Yeah,
we was just all like, after we met each other as friends, we realized we all doing the same thing. It was us though. It was me, JK, and Preem. We was all the only ones in high school really doing the music though, like taking it there. And we just came up out of nowhere. It was like, bro, why don't we just come together? Like, we the only ones here doing it. Like, excuse me, like nobody really else was doing music. Nobody young in Greensboro was doing music like how we was doing. We was the youngest niggas out there, really shooting videos, hustling, doing open mics. So I feel like that's what got us the buzz. And we just thought that we should just all come together, man. We the only ones doing it. Why not come together? And it was me, Preem, and JK. And we couldn't come up with a name. So one of us was like, man, fuck a name. He was just like, fuck a name. And it was like, what? Fuck a name? That's what we gonna name ourselves. Fuck a name. So our name was fuck a name for a little bit. And then somebody I think it was Brendan. Yeah. Somebody added the gang to it. Fucking name gang.
Oh, that's where.
Yeah, so, but look, we was going off fucking name gang for months, not knowing the abbreviation is FANG. So we was just calling ourselves fucking name gang. Yeah. Fucking name gang, fucking name gang. Right. And out of nowhere, I think we was smoking high as hell. Yeah. And somebody said, yo, you know what? Fucking name gang abbreviates FANG. We was like, yo, what the hell? We didn't know that for the longest, bro. We just called ourselves fucking name gang. Yeah. So that's where the FANG came from.
That is beautiful. I was gonna ask about the FANG thing. Yeah, I'm just glad it just naturally aspirated.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's exactly how it went. And
see, like I was afraid it was gonna be like some like what is that Inuyasha? No, like. Oh, it was this old thing on Adult Swim. I thought one of you guys was like an anime fan, and like there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
that FANG,
the FANG blade thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what it was. It abbreviates fucking name gang, and we didn't know that for the longest. And
so,
hell yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
I love that story. Absolutely, I love that story because and obviously this is about you, but me getting introduced to it, I remember seeing somewhere on, because Greensboro is a small, very close-knit community. You know what I mean? So like eventually, if you're doing something great, if you're doing something big enough, you'll hear about it.
Yeah.
And I remember just like, what, like what is this? Because I heard about it at some point. Yeah. Like everybody in Greensboro has heard about it at some point.
We peaked though. We was kind of big in Greensboro at one point. I think like during the times of 2010 all the way to like 2015, FANG Life was the top. Greensboro.
Of Greensboro, yeah.
It was everybody.
I remember people were throwing up signs. Yeah. Hey, show the camera what the sign is, bro.
Yeah, FANG Life.
Yeah,
FANG Life.
People were.
We got hella people who got this triangle right here tatted. Yeah. This is our logo. There's so many fans who got FANG Life tatted on their bodies, and that right there shows us like, yo, we can do this.
Yeah, you guys had graphics. You guys had.
We covered all that. We was in-house. Everything was in-house. We didn't need nobody for nothing. Videos, graphics, recording. We all did it. Like I said, I grew up already doing the graphics. Preem did too. Each one of us had our own studio. Each one of us got our own camera. So we just all came together to work as a unit. And we started adding people in who was close to us. It's a lot of stuff that happened, man. FANG Life, I love my FANG Life brothers, bro, because we been through so much. It's crazy.
You guys fucking unified, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Do you think that's why you guys were so successful and you guys created such a big wave?
Yeah, back then, we moved as a unit. See, right now, everybody doing their own. Like, we still a group, but everybody moved to different cities to try to bring up more stuff. So I'm pretty sure like later on we'll link, it'll be us back together but we coming back together with more stuff to bring.
Right. Everyone has their own
stuff. More studios, more cameras.
Yeah, everybody got their own thing. Like each one of us signed to a label now. So got an independent deal or something that'll back us. So we all come back together to put all that together again.
So I know I've known you for forever, and Nick has as well, but Nick hasn't been around.
Well, forever's that's not true.
Not true. A very long time.
I gotta pee.
All right.
I think that's the easiest way right there.
All right. So, okay. So with that,
I gotta pee.
let's go. With that, all right, we will see you guys.
We're gonna close out part 2, Chi.
On the next part 3.
Part 3, Chi.
That's right on time too.
Yeah, it's right on time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Don't forget to check the content in the description below. And like, comment, subscribe. Leave a dog shit comment in the dog pile. We'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. Peace.